Assalamu alaikum students. Upon your request, I'm screencasting the slides like I prepared yesterday for you. Hopefully you will find them beneficial in guiding you through what is left of writing your research paper. I'm in my office. It's 10:30 now. I'll be meeting you later, but I thought of doing some practical work in class with the groups. So going back to the objective of the assignment, this is a screenshot of the first part of the assignment. I would like you to note that the objective is to train you in accessing the academic work in linguistics. What do we mean by that? We mean we need you to get used to the citation, in-text citation, how to write references, how to cite words, and how to search for the relevant references, and how to use the APA style in your paper. We don't have any methodology here. We don't have participants. You're not going to collect data. You're not going to do anything about quantitative or qualitative data. All you need now is explained in details in the assignment guidelines. So I think you're done with finding the topic, identifying the topic, and I approved most of the topic. Now you are in the process of writing the introduction and citing from the literature that you found. So in the introduction, I would like you to focus on the main argument and the point that you're focusing on. And because imagine that you're writing this to a reader who doesn't understand anything about the topic. So you have to go over the references and see what exactly has been written about the topic that you are researching about, or even about the argument that you want to present in your paper. These are just some points that I forgot to tell you. I think I forgot to tell you that you have to focus on the objective you set for your paper in the introduction, in the literature review, and also in the conclusion. We said that you can reflect on your experience as a student, or your experience when you were in TP1. But while you're doing this, you have to be very reliable and very objective. Technical linguistics paper is not a mystery story. You have to be very clear, and it's not like writing papers in Arabic. You start with the introduction, but when you start with the introduction, think of your conclusion. So what your conclusion is going to be at the beginning of the paper, think of that, and then how you plan to get the conclusion. Think of the conclusion at the beginning, think of the conclusion, of course, at the end. So you can start. This is also a screenshot of one of the introductions. Here you can start with the argument. In this paper I will argue, because we don't have an abstract. Later on you can read this. This is irrelevant to you. This is from medicine, but you can see exactly how the researcher stated the argument. Also, another example here. This is from the abstract, but you can use it in your introduction. So it sums up the whole argument of the research paper. These are also examples from the literature review, how to cite the authors in other literature. But I would like you to focus on the writing here, like the verbs, affects, affected, affect. All of them are acceptable. So this is an answer to the question, are we going to write it in the present simple tense or the past simple tense? So all of them are acceptable. When you come to search for the relevant literature, I advise you to use Google Scholar. And we went through some points in the classroom. I put a video here for you at the end with the with how to use Google Scholar in details. But let's go to the Boolean markers. I told you that we mean and, or, and not, but how we use them when you want to use two terms for the same concept, you can just use, and they have to be in capital letters, by the way. So you can use oral feedback and error correction. So it will retrieve all the references with the two terms. You want oral correction or what have I said just now? Or oral feedback or error correction. But I don't want oral correction or oral feedback. I need something else. So you can put this term, but not that term. Just one term, and it will be retrieved. Other searching tips is the truncation searching. You can put the asterisk here. For example, you want teaching, teacher, teachable, all related to your topic. So you can write the word here, the root, and the asterisk, and then equal sign, and you can write all this. So Google will understand that you want to retrieve all references, all papers, all resources. That includes all of these. The wildcard searching is writing behavior question mark plus. What do I mean by here? I want behavior or behavior, both of them. And this is related to American and British spelling, because sometimes if you write B-I-O-U-R, it immediately understand that you don't want the resources with I-O-R. But if you use wildcard searching, it will retrieve both. You can also search a whole phrase, but you have to put the inverted commas first. Okay, this is the video. Okay, so let's go to the in-text citation. We also went over this in class. This is what you need when it comes to the in-text citation. You can have direct quotation, but make sure that this is fewer than 40 words. If it is more than 40 words, which I don't recommend, you put it as a block quotation. And it's found in the resource number 5 in the folder, sample of a paper in using APA style. When you include it, you need to include the author, the date, and the page number. But in this paper, I don't want you to use the page number, just the author and the date. This is an example of in-text citation. It's found in example 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 5 examples. This is also the answer of the question. You said, remember Fawzi's and Ahmed? So if Fawzi's work is citing in Ahmed or Hussein, and you did not read Ahmed's work, you need to list Fawzi's reference in the reference list, and then add in Fawzi 2017. In the text that refers to in-text citation, you use the following citation: Fawzi 2000, comma, as cited in Ahmed, and then the date. I put the link to Academic Phrase Bank for the students who came to my office yesterday. If you click on this, you will find so many useful phrases as root words to start when you are writing your introduction or conclusion, or even in the literature review. Just go over the sections on your left-hand side. The references, of course, you're going to use the American Psychological Association style, and the page of the reference should look like this. So this is reference number 1. This is the rest of the reference. It has to be indented, so the page should look like this. And I think I gave you this page which explains each reference. This is a journal, article from a journal, an article from an online periodical with the DOI. DOI is the Digital Object Identifier. This is the acronym DOI. It refers to Digital Object Identifier. I'm thinking of putting this in the final exam, so please pay attention. This is cheating. So another screenshot of a reference page. with again explaining how you're going to cite a reference inside another reference. Right, how would you format a reference list for this article? You can check the correct answer here, and again another example with the correct answer. Please do that again to assess yourself. And I put all examples that you may encounter when you're searching for literature review. Okay, if you need any other answer to any of the references questions, you can go to Purdue Online Writing Lab, and the link also is found inside the folder. These are some activities. I don't think that you have time to do this, but maybe later when you finish, you can do these just to self-assess, as self-assessment. They will be very helpful when you go to your action research in year 4. Okay, thank you for being interactive. That was meant to be in class. See you later.